All right, let's just jump right in. The rulebook for winning online, it's been completely torn up. Today, we're digging into a totally new playbook. And this stuff comes directly from what the top performers are doing right now. These aren't just theories. These are the gold mines they're using to get ahead.
So I gotta ask you something, and be honest with yourself. Is your digital playbook obsolete? Are the strategies that you're leaning on, the things that you've been doing, are they still actually working? Or are they quietly becoming your biggest liability? Because in this game, what worked last year might be the very thing that's hurting you today.
And that is the big secret here. You've got this huge gap between the generic advice everyone's shouting about and what's actually driving success at the very, very top. And today, we're going to close that gap.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we have to understand why the old rules are completely broken. Then, we'll get into the exciting stuff, how to build with AI agents. After that, how to win with marketing that's just, well, smarter. And to wrap it all up, we're going to look at the one single productivity hack that powers this entire thing.
So first things first, let's talk about the problem. Following old advice isn't just slowing you down anymore. In some cases, the big platforms are now actively penalizing you for it. And this isn't just theory, okay? The risks are very, very real. We're seeing Google suspend business profiles for something as simple as asking for a review at checkout. One business lost 800 reviews overnight. Gone. People are just burning money on old-school SEO tactics, and those classic affiliate funnels, the video sales letters, they're really struggling. Sticking with the old playbook isn't just ineffective anymore, it's a massive liability.
Okay, so that's the bad news. What's the good news? What's the solution? Well, a huge part of it is this fundamental shift in how we see AI. We've got to stop thinking of it as just a tool and start seeing it as a real partner, a teammate in creation.
And what's so cool is that right now, you've got two incredible ways to get started. On one hand, you have Google's Gemini Agent mode. It can basically act as your free coding partner, building some pretty complex stuff from just a simple prompt. But then you have OpenAI's Agent Builder, which is a total game changer. It lets anybody, and I mean anybody, no coding needed, build these sophisticated AI workflows with a super simple visual drag-and-drop interface.
And listen, building one of these things, it's probably way easier than you think. You could just hop into OpenAI's Builder, give it a goal, right? Let's say, act like a travel agent. Then you just visually map out the logic, If the user asks this, then do that. You can give it tools like access to the web to search for live flight data. Then you design a little interface for the output, and boom, just like that, you've basically built yourself a brand new AI employee. All right, so we've got the tech. How does this new way of thinking actually help you get customers? Let's dive into marketing, because the people at the top are playing a totally different game than everyone else.
Okay, look at this number, $200,000. That's the daily revenue of the #1 affiliate marketer on ClickBank. That's not monthly, that's every single day. It's an insane number. But the skill that's making that happen, it is not what you think.
And here it is, the secret sauce. It's not about making a slicker sales video or writing better copy. It's coding. They use it to build AI that automates creating ads and optimizing campaigns at a scale that no human could ever possibly match. They're winning because they can test thousands of ads to find the winners, while everyone else is still carefully crafting just one. And this whole work smarter thing, it applies directly to SEO too. For local businesses, the new currency is something called local trust signals. So forget about spending a fortune to get a link on some big national website. The algorithm now cares way more about links from relevant local places. Think sponsoring the local Little League team or a community charity. It's all about relevance now, not just big, fancy authority.
And if you want proof that this works, check this out. There's a personal injury lawyer who has stayed in the top 3 search results for his area for 9 years straight using only this local strategy. That's not some short-term trick. That is a long-term, sustainable advantage.
Okay, what about content? Social media? Well, the game has totally shifted. It's not really social media anymore, it's interest media. And what that really means is that a single powerful idea can reach millions of people, even if you have 0 followers to start. The idea itself is the new algorithm hack. That's the key.
The best creators out there, people like Dan Koh, they're not just guessing. They have a system. They test out their ideas on a platform like X where it's low effort. They use AI to research and summarize entire books and videos to fuel their unique takes. They even use AI to deconstruct why other people's posts went viral. It's a system, a machine, that uses AI to pump out ideas that actually connect with people.
So we've talked strategy, we've talked tools, but underneath all of that, there's a mindset. It's the engine that makes all this other stuff work. And it really just boils down to one incredibly simple but powerful productivity hack.
You can forget all those complicated morning routines or waiting around for inspiration to strike. The one true hack, the thing that changes everything, is just starting. The perfect condition you're waiting for to do the work is created by doing the work. That first little bit of momentum is everything.
And we can actually trick our brains into making it easier to start. There's this thing in psychology called the Zeigarnik effect, which basically says our brains are obsessed with unfinished business. So, you can use this to your advantage. At the end of the day, intentionally stop your work right in the middle of a sentence. It creates this little cliffhanger for your brain that it just has to resolve, which makes picking it up the next day almost irresistible.
And to really push through that, I don't want to start feeling, the top performers have this little mantra. It's simple, but it's powerful. I will do what is required. It takes the emotion out of it. It's not about feeling motivated. It's not about being inspired. It's just about doing the thing that needs to be done. It becomes a non-negotiable.
So there you have it. That's the new playbook. From building AI partners that work for you to winning with marketing that's actually smart, all of it powered by the simple mindset of just getting started. The rules have absolutely changed, and now you know what's working. So the only question left is, which piece are you going to put into action first?